For thousands of years, across ancient Rome, imperial China, and coastal civilizations on every continent, one food was reserved for warriors, emperors, and anyone who wanted to stay sharp, strong, and vital as they aged. It wasn't a rare herb. It wasn't expensive medicine. It was oysters. And modern science is finally explaining why every culture independently figured this out, long before blood tests or nutritional labels existed. What I'm going to show you today is not folklore. It's biology. Specifically, what happens to your brain, your hormones, your heart, your immune system, and yes, your libido when you start eating oysters regularly after the age of 40. And if you've never eaten an oyster in your life, don't click away, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to start, what to look for, and what a realistic amount actually does for your body. Section 1, Why After 40? Your body is quietly running out of what oysters provide. Let's start with what's actually happening in your body from your 40s onward, because this context changes everything. After 40, zinc levels in the body begin a slow but steady decline. This is not a lifestyle problem, it's a physiological one. Your intestines become less efficient at absorbing zinc from food. Your kidneys excrete more of it, and your body's demand for it to support immune function, hormone production, and cellular repair stays high. Zinc deficiency by midlife is one of the most common and most overlooked nutritional deficiencies in the world, estimated to affect over 2 billion people globally, with adults over 40 disproportionately represented. At the same time, testosterone, in both men and women, begins declining. Dopamine sensitivity drops. Collagen synthesis slows. The thyroid becomes less efficient. Inflammation increases. Cognitive speed begins to slip. Here's why all of that matters for this video. Oysters are the single richest natural source of zinc on the planet. One medium oyster delivers more zinc than almost any other food you can eat. And zinc is the upstream mineral behind nearly every one of those declining systems. This is not about oysters being trendy. This is about giving your body a specific, concentrated tool it is increasingly failing to produce on its own. Section 2. What's actually inside an oyster? The numbers will surprise you. Before we go organ by organ, let's look at what you're actually consuming. Because oysters are one of the most nutritionally dense foods on the planet, and most people only think of them as a fancy appetizer. 6 medium oysters also deliver significant levels of iron, copper, selenium, magnesium, vitamin D, and iodine. This is the nutritional equivalent of a multivitamin, but one that your body actually absorbs, because it comes from whole food, not synthetic isolates. The protein in oysters is also complete, containing all 9 essential amino acids, and is highly bioavailable, meaning your body uses more of it than it would from plant-based alternatives. For people over 40 who are dealing with age-related muscle loss, this matters enormously. Now let's talk about what all of this actually does. System by system. Section 3. What oysters do to your body, organ by organ. Your brain. Zinc is essential for the synthesis and regulation of dopamine, the neurotransmitter most associated with motivation, focus, and reward. After 40, dopamine receptor sensitivity declines. Low zinc accelerates this. Research shows that zinc supplementation and food-based zinc, even more so, improves memory, recall, processing speed, and mood stability in adults over 40. Oysters also deliver vitamin B12, which is critical for myelin, the protective sheath around your nerve fibers. B12 deficiency, which affects nearly 40% of adults over 50, directly causes cognitive decline, numbness, fatigue, and memory problems. 6 oysters can provide more than 10 times your daily B12 requirement. Your hormones. Let's be direct about this one, because it's the reason oysters have had a reputation as an aphrodisiac for centuries, and the science behind it is more credible than most people realize. Zinc is required for testosterone synthesis in both men and women. In men, low zinc directly correlates with low testosterone. Studies in men over 40 with marginal zinc deficiency show that restoring zinc levels through food raises testosterone. Measurably, not to super physiological levels, but back toward what your body is designed to produce. In women over 40, zinc supports estrogen and progesterone balance, reduces severity of perimenopausal symptoms, and supports thyroid function, which governs energy, metabolism, and mood. Your immune system. Zinc is the gatekeeper of immune function. It regulates the production and activity of T cells, natural killer cells, and inflammatory cytokines. After 40, immune response slows, you get sick more easily, recover more slowly, and chronic low-grade inflammation begins to accumulate. This inflammation is now understood to be a primary driver of virtually every age-related condition: heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cognitive decline, and cancer. Oysters' zinc and selenium content directly counter this inflammatory drift. Selenium, in particular, is a potent antioxidant that protects cells from oxidative damage, the kind that accelerates biological aging. Your heart. Oysters contain omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, in meaningful amounts. These are the same heart-protective fats found in salmon and mackerel, and they reduce triglycerides, lower blood pressure, reduce arterial inflammation, and improve the ratio of HDL to LDL cholesterol. After 40, cardiovascular risk begins rising sharply. The copper in oysters also supports the integrity of arterial walls and the production of red blood cells, reducing the risk of anemia, which is more common in midlife than most people realize, particularly in women going through perimenopause. Your skin, hair, and nails. Zinc is directly involved in collagen production, wound healing, and the regulation of sebaceous glands. After 40, when collagen synthesis is already declining by 1% per year, adequate zinc helps preserve and support what remains. People who restore zinc levels often notice faster nail growth, stronger hair, and improvements in skin texture and tone within 4 to 6 weeks. This isn't cosmetic, it's a visible sign that cellular repair mechanisms are functioning better. Your gut. Zinc plays a critical role in maintaining the integrity of the gut lining. Leaky gut, the breakdown of intestinal barrier function, becomes more common after 40 and is linked to systemic inflammation, food sensitivities, autoimmune activity, and mood disorders. Zinc restores tight junction proteins in the gut wall, physically reinforcing the barrier. Oysters also contain glycine, an amino acid, with anti-inflammatory and gut protective properties. Section 4. How many oysters? How often? The realistic guide. Here's the practical question. How many oysters? Do you actually need to see these benefits, and how often? The research is clear that you don't need daily consumption for meaningful impact. 2 to 3 servings per week. Roughly 6 oysters per serving is sufficient to maintain zinc levels, support testosterone production, and deliver meaningful omega-3 and B12 intake. For most adults over 40, one important caution: because oysters are so zinc-rich, excessive consumption, more than 2 servings per day, regularly, can actually interfere with copper absorption. Balance matters. 2 to 3 servings per week is the sweet spot supported by the evidence. Raw versus cooked? Raw oysters retain slightly more of their zinc and omega-3 content, but cooked oysters, steamed, grilled, or baked, are significantly safer, particularly for people with compromised immune systems, during pregnancy, or for those new to shellfish. The nutritional difference is modest. The safety difference is meaningful. If you're over 40 and immunocompromised for any reason, opt for cooked. Section 5. Who benefits most? And one important warning. The people who stand to gain most from adding oysters after 40 are those experiencing any combination of low energy or motivation, slow recovery from illness, declining libido, brain fog, hair, thinning, slow wound healing, frequent colds, or mood instability. These are all classic presentations of zinc and B12 insufficiency, and oysters address them from the root. One group that must be cautious: people who take certain medications, including ACE inhibitors, diuretics, or proton pump inhibitors, can have disrupted zinc metabolism. If you're on long-term medication, speak with your doctor before making significant dietary changes. People with shellfish allergies obviously need to avoid oysters entirely, and those with gout should be aware that shellfish contain purines, which can trigger flares. These are real considerations, not reasons to dismiss the benefits, but reasons to approach thoughtfully. Here is what I want you to remember. Oysters are not a superfood trend. They are one of the oldest, most nutritionally complete foods humans have ever eaten. And the reason every major civilization valued them is now confirmed by the science of aging. After 40, your body is specifically running low on the exact nutrients oysters provide in abundance: zinc, B12, omega-3, selenium, complete protein, in a single, low-calorie, deeply bioavailable package. You don't need to eat them every day. You don't need to spend a fortune. Start with a can. Try them grilled. Order them the next time you see them on a menu. Give it 4 weeks and pay attention to your energy, your focus, your recovery, and your mood. Your body has been trying to tell you something. Now you know how to listen. If this video gave you something useful, subscribe. We decode the science of living well after 40 every single week. See you next week.